And we're back. Obama lit up the White House to honor the LGBTQ community, but look what Trump is doing. President Trump will honor fallen officers tonight by lighting up the White House in blue for Peace Officers Memorial Day. Well, it's beautiful. It just so happens my favorite color is blue, so that is quite beautiful. LeoAffairs.com reported, in addition to the flag flying at half-mast on Peace Officers Memorial Day in memory of all who have fallen in the line of duty, the White House will be illuminated in a bluish hue. During Peace Officers Memorial Day and Police Week, we honor the men and women of law enforcement who have been killed or disabled in the course of serving our communities. Police officers are the thin blue line whose sacrifices protect and serve us every day, and we pledge to support them as they risk their lives to safeguard ours, Trump said in the text of the proclamation. According to The Hill, the proclamation noted the 118 officers who died last year, with 66 referred to as victims of malicious attacks. The statistics is a 40% increase from the previous year, according to the administration. And we have the previous administration to thank for that, as Barack Obama sided with Black Lives Matter every single time any officer was killed. It would appear disgusting. But with Trump in charge, I'm sure that is all going to change. Breaking. Nancy Pelosi just sent a letter to Paul Ryan, and it's going to shake things up. Well, we all remember nutcase Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic leader, who not even less than a month ago still thought that George Bush was president. Remember this?
Inauguration, there's complete evidence, we've seen nothing that we can work, but I can work with President Bush on, and I'm disappointed because I can work with President Bush, on, and I'm disappointed because I thought that there might be some interest because of what he said in the campaign.
It's winning for the American people, that either we win or whoever wins understands the priorities of the American people, and they are not what President Bush, I'm so sorry, President Bush. I never thought I'd pray for the day that you were president again, but...
You're praying for the day that President Bush is president again?
Well, we worked, and so you asked the question, how would I work with a Republican president?
Democratic leader and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi has sent a letter to Paul Ryan requesting additional information regarding the Russian investigation to be given to the House of Representatives. Pelosi is claiming the information being furnished to the Senate is not equally being made available to the House. Dear Mr. Speaker, in the days since the firing of Director Comey, there has been a distressing disparity of information being made available to the Senate, but not to the House. This week, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein is expected to brief the full Senate on his knowledge of and his role in the firing of the FBI director. Director Comey has also been invited to testify before the Senate, but not before the House. I hope that you will insist that Rosenstein brief and answer questions from the full House. I hope you will also insist that Director Comey be accountable to the House as well as the Senate in his presentation. The people's representatives on both sides of the Capitol must have the opportunity to hear from and interrogate the key figures in the FBI director's firing. The American people deserve to know the truth. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So once again, the minority Democrats are barking orders, as if they have any power. Woman's response to liberal who had a problem with her Trump bottled water is priceless. Trump, making America great again. Isn't it strange, though? You go up to these liberals and say, I believe in God. They're offended. I want America to become great again. They're somehow offended. You know how crazy that sounds? If you told anybody, well, what is it you want for your country? Well, I want it to become great. Well, that's offensive. What? I just triggered a social justice warrior. With my water bottle, I told her she'd either learn to love him or she was in for a long 7 years. Mind your business. From Ginger, McQueen. And well said. Spicer just responded to calls for a special prosecutor, and look what he said. Spicer, there's frankly no need for a special prosecutor in the Russian investigation.
Secondly, some Democrats in the Senate are saying that before they will consider the president's next nominee, they want a special prosecutor appointed to look into the Russia investigation. Can you respond to both of them?
I think this is a process that's running completely as it should. It's being headed by the Deputy Attorney General, and the Attorney General, as we've noted in the past, the FBI Director reports to the Deputy Attorney General. They continue to move through a series of highly qualified candidates, and it's, obviously this is a huge priority for the President to make sure that we have someone that has the ability to administer the proper leadership to the FBI.
And on the special prosecutor?
I think there's frankly no need for a special prosecutor. We've discussed this before. You have two Senate committees that are looking into this. The FBI is conducting their own review, and I think if you even look at what Acting Director McCabe said last week, he made it very clear that they have the resources that they need, and that the work continues.